Hey everybody, it's Laura with Jot and Tittle Vintage Typewriters. Okay, so I wanted to get on here and do this typing video as a recommendation. If you are someone who is looking for a workhorse of a typewriter, you're a fast typist, or maybe, I didn't know they were still around, but some offices said they still fill out forms. They need something that's going to last really well, or there's students you want to write your papers on a typewriter instead of a computer or something like that. Or you want a typewriter and you really do want to write your whole book on it or something like that. This is a great workhorse one. Or you're a fast typist. I wanted to show off the Electra 210 today because this particular one had no issues whatsoever. It's operating perfectly, but it's also one that I heartily recommend for pretty much everybody. If you're a beginner and you're trying to get used to typewriters, I heartily recommend this because it's so easy to use, and it's probably closest to a computer in terms of the feel of it, other than like a late 50s Smith Corona electric that is even softer feel than this one. Or if you have kids and you want an affordable typewriter because you don't know if they're going to get tired of typewriters after a month or so, you want to make sure that they like it, or that's you don't want to invest too much in typewriters. You want to make sure you're going to use them. This again is this is what I call an everybody typewriter. Now this one doesn't have the manual return, it's a power return. But, and so if you're wanting that true feel, hold on a second, FedEx is here. If you're wanting something that's a little more of an authentic vintage typewriter feel, you may want the 120 or the 100 series instead of the 200 series, because that has the manual return. And so you get to the end and then you manually hit the return handle. But if you're someone that you love the sound and the feel of a typewriter, but you don't want any interruptions to your typing, you want just a continuous flow, then the 210 or the 220 is going to be for you, because you just hit that return handle like you do on a return, add handle, but just the return button like you do on on something else, and it returns out for you with the touch of a pinky. Now that is one difference. If you've never typed on a typewriter, it's a computer, you don't have to hit return. The computer automatically goes to the next line for you, but not the case on a typewriter. So you're either going to do a manual handle return or you're going to have a power return, as in this case. So for those of you who don't know how to use a 210, I'm just going to go really quickly, but hopefully I'll remember to link to a more instructional video for another 210 that if you want a little more details. But basically you've got your carriage here. It's also like your printer, because you put your paper in it and it types out on your paper there. The carriage will only go as far as you have the margins set, and so you set your margins with these tabs right here, and mine are set pretty narrow. You just press and drag, but that's where you set your margins. If you have a longer piece of paper, you might want to use your little paper holder there. Then over here on the left side, you've got your line selector. It's 1, 2, and 3. So single space, double line space, triple space. You've got your paper release on the right side here. Now, if you just gently pull this forward, you can see inside of your typewriter. Again, there's other videos I have on how to use Electra series, and you can look those up. And then down here is your tab, your set, and your clear. And then you have a regular space, a half a space, and a power space on that. And like I said, this has a power return instead of a manual handle. Here's your ribbon reversal, because when you get to the end of your ribbon, it's not the end of the ink. You're going to want to reverse this multiple times before you replace it. And my number one question about ribbons is, why doesn't it auto reverse? Why are you telling people how to manual reverse? Well, because not every ribbon has a grommet on it. And so for a ribbon to auto reverse, it needs to have a little grommet on the end of it, and it'll trigger the typewriter to auto reverse. The ribbons that we sell do not have those grommets, and so you have to manually do it, which really isn't that big of a deal. Okay, so I'm just going to type on this so you can see, and then I'll pull it out and let you see the font on it, just so you can hear it and see the typing action on it, and kind of why I recommend this for heavy use for active writers. Okay, so that, I was able to type through that really, really, really quickly. No hesitations. That power return didn't interrupt the flow hardly at all, versus the manual will add several seconds and add a hiccup to your flow when you're typing. So if you're someone and you've got loads of ideas coming out of your head and you just want to type, then this is what I'm going to recommend, the Electra 210. This is a really solid workhorse. And let me pull this out. I love these Electras. Yes, they don't look as pretty as some of the older ones, but honestly, the feel of them when you're typing, you can really get into a flow quickly, get a lot of work done. If you're a pensive writer, obviously this is not the typewriter for you, but if you are fast thinker, fast typer, then this is the typewriter for you. Okay, hope you enjoyed this. Tell me what you think, and if you've got a 210 and if you like it and what you don't like it. Anyway, would love your thoughts. Have a good day.